How's it going, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Crypto Clout, and we are in fact still doing a Bitcoin giveaway on this channel. So if you would like to have a chance to win zero point 0.1 Bitcoin, all you have to do is, of course, be a loyal subscriber to the channel and comment your Bitcoin wallet address down in the comments down below, or you can contact us on email if you're more comfortable with that. The only qualification is that you are subscribed, and of course provide us with that Bitcoin wallet address so you have a place to receive your winnings if you are the lucky selected winner. And of course, this is a random giveaway, and we'll be announcing the winner later today because today is Friday. And so later on today, stay tuned for the next video that we upload regarding this, and your last chance to win is of course in the comment section below. So all that being said, we have some really interesting news to talk about regarding Tron Foundation. You guys understand that May 31st just happened, and of course with that May 31st date, of course, came the test net involving Tron. And right now it's pretty safe to say that we're looking at the aftermath, and now Tron is certainly in a new position in regards to the potential that's in store for it long term. And of course, taking into consideration all the various things that have happened leading up to this point, and of course the general climate of cryptocurrencies, if things have been moving along, my perspective on Tron is still pretty optimistic as things continue to move forward. We can certainly expect projects to be built on the TRX mainnet that will really be essentially a big disturbance to the current way that things have been doing things. The fact of the matter is that Tron is really one of those revolutionary approaches, and it's going to send huge shockwaves through the industry as things continue to adjust to this really huge paradigm shift that we're seeing represented by all cryptocurrencies. It's really shaking the foundation of the way that things have been operating, and on a global scale, cryptocurrency is really interesting. But you also have to take into consideration how early we are when it comes to cryptocurrencies, and that it is interesting to be involved with crypto so early in the game because we're seeing these things at their infant stages. You saw how much development we saw happen in the course of a year involving technologies like Ethereum and Bitcoin. Well, it's essentially a similar story when it comes to Tron, but when these things pop off, they tend to pop off big. So when it comes down to it long term, I'm very optimistic about the decentralized web. I'm very optimistic about Tron as a project when I take into consideration the great team that's working on Tron. They definitely are giving us a lot of positive signs. I think there's a strong community that's built around Tron. And of course, there's going to be basically a lot of news articles like the Crypto Globe trying to take the piss out of Tron, talking about how the token dropped 5% as the mainnet launch. But I'm sure, obviously Tron is responsible for everything that happens to it, but you also have to take into consideration the cryptocurrency climate, and of course a lot of the technologies on here have been struggling lately. I wouldn't necessarily say that it's a reflection on Tron yet. Of course, we're going to have to see how things develop themselves within a 48-hour period, but of course the mainnet launch, I would say overall was successful in what it's attempting to do. And like I said, Tron is definitely a long-term look for me. And of course, we're not going to see these things happening overnight, but of course, this is a big step in an interesting direction. And of course, Tron offers 100K bounty for anyone who can find a bug. Interesting things happening with Tron essentially putting their money where their mouth is and really trying to develop a good product. And these are all good signs as they compile on top of each other. And really, I think Tron is positioning itself in a key strategic place to really play a big part in the future of crypto. I'm very excited to see the direction that Tron is taking itself when you could take into consideration Ethereum and how Tron has taken an interest in the developers of Ethereum, and of course the fact that Tron is working so hard with its developers to really work out any bugs that might be in the system. Overall, it seems as if things are moving along pretty interesting involving Tron. I've taken a significant interest in Alibaba, and of course, a multitude of other variables that have come together involving Tron. But overall, I would say that Tron definitely is in a key strategic place when it comes to the various different applications of decentralized media. In the long term, we're certainly going to see a rise of decentralized platforms outperforming the competition. The more centralized components of the internet are going to give way to these various different, essentially when it comes to the functionality of Tron and the way that they're leveraging cryptocurrencies in this changing paradigm, definitely very promising in regards to the technology as it moves forward. And it is very interesting to see how the community has been responding in respect to Tron, and certainly very interested in seeing how things continue to move forward when you consider the multitude of variables that result in us seeing this list of cryptos, and of course Tron being at the number 10 ranking at the time of making this content. But of course, we could see a lot of various different things happening in between now and when we look back perhaps in the year 2020, we'll see a completely different list of cryptos making up the top 10. So I think as far as the fact, when you take into consideration how early we are in the game when it comes to cryptocurrency, Tron is certainly one of those ones that, in my opinion, is definitely worth me paying attention to. The TRX roadmap really shows that Tron has a strong determination to succeed as things continue to move forward. I think ambition is going to be playing a significant role. In particular, my analysis of Tron is fundamentally data-driven, and from a data perspective, I would say that Tron really is promising. It's been commented the density of the project and the amount of potential that's in store for it, and I'd say that looking forward, it's after reading the white paper and going through the various different details regarding this technology, I think that there's a lot in store for it, and essentially the community that's working with Tron is going to be playing a huge variable as things continue to move forward and grow in complexity. So I'd say that Tron is definitely one of the projects that I am most excited about moving forward, especially in the current year. I just want to say shout out to everybody who's been with Tron for this whole time, the long-term hodlers of this technology, and I think Tron wouldn't be where it is today if it wasn't for the great community and those of us who've been involved with cryptocurrency for any amount of years. We've seen cryptocurrencies that have risen out of nowhere, and cryptocurrencies that have managed to rise on their own merits. I think that overall Tron is one of those cryptocurrencies that has a lot going for it in a lot of ways, especially when you consider the huge paradigm shift that's happening now, where people are being they're dissatisfied with the current way that things are going. And it's no question that there really is a market opening up for technology like Tron to really come in there and make some serious noise. So overall, I'd say that I'm very excited to see how Tron continues to manifest itself. It is a long-term thing, but of course I'm very excited for Tron long-term. And of course I'd recommend that you guys go and follow us on our official Twitter, our new Twitter, our Crypto Clout Twitter. We still are on the old Twitter, but we're going to be using this new Twitter a little bit more, just basically more of a community-based approach and giving everybody their say. Basically, I think it's important to share different opinions regarding these cryptocurrencies. So essentially, we want to hear what you guys have to say. And of course, in the spirit of hearing different people's opinions, I'm actually going to be including a link to this video by Crypto Review Central. It's a really great 8-minute video that goes into detail regarding how the MainNet is going to really impact the future. And of course, he gives an interesting case for how Tron could be worth 53 cents, which would be very exciting. But of course, you have to remember this video is for entertainment, educational purposes only. The whole purpose of me making this video is so that I can share my opinion regarding Tron, and that's exactly what this video is. Remember, this is not financial advice. I'm not your dad. At the end of the day, I would say my opinion regarding Tron is pretty positive, but of course it's going to take a lot of variables happening on an international scale for us to see a lot of movement happening involving a lot of these cryptos. But essentially, when I look at the list of cryptocurrencies, I think to myself, how are these technologies going to be acting in the real world? And I could see Tron really having a place as they've continued to leverage this decentralized approach to media. But all that being said, I hope you guys have enjoyed this content. Remember to subscribe to the channel, and of course comment down below letting me know what you guys think about Tron, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.